The devil is in the details. How many times have you heard that saying before? Well, we are going to be going into some slight details about the details regarding your business, phrasing, vocabulary, how you say what you say, and all that other fun stuff in today's video, because the devil truly is in the details, especially when you're trying to differentiate your company, your service, your business, your product from your competitors. What's going on, eaters and feeders? My name is Casey, and on my channel I discuss business tips and tricks, startup hacks, entrepreneur mindset, and so much more based on my experience starting and growing Florida's highest rated meal prep company from nothing. So if you want to learn more about marketing, production, purchasing, sales, software, leadership, mindset, meditation, and everything in between, I invite you to subscribe and turn on those alert notifications so you don't miss out on any of my content. I produce videos weekly, I go live sporadically, and I don't want you missing out on any of it. If you've got an idea for an episode, let me know in the comments below. While you're down there, you're also going to want to make sure you check out the links in the show notes. Those links will give you access to so many more resources than I can fit into a YouTube video. I've got free calculators that teach you how to find all sorts of stuff that you can't see in your business. I've got free software that will completely run your business. I've got free ebooks. I've got free boot camps. I've got one-on-one consulting. I've got private groups. I've got so much stuff, and you will only find it if you check out those links in the show notes and if you venture on over to mealprepbiz101.com. That's my site where I host so many more tips, tools, resources, and great stuff that will make your life easier and make your business more successful. So check out those links and check out mealprepbiz101.com. Now let's check out today's episode.
Welcome to our channel where we go behind the scenes for meal plan company Fit Food Fresh and other local businesses across South Florida. Make sure you hit the subscribe and alerts so you never miss a video, and hit us with any questions or suggestions.
Today's video is something that's actually pretty near and dear to my heart. I am very particular about vocabulary and grammar. I don't know where I got it from, but it is something that I do take pride in. I am known as being a very good email writer when I wish to be one, and I do control a lot of the little details that kind of make up the language and the spoken word of our brand. And it's something that if you're serious about differentiating your company from your competition, I suggest you start putting that in your mind and start looking at these little opportunities to switch out a word or how something is said so that you can maximize your ability to get closer to the goal. Every little inch counts. So in that vein, I want to illustrate what some other companies are doing. I'll give you some examples of what we do, and then I will allow you to run with it as you see fit. But basically, it comes down to the fact that companies I've found who are big on their customer service are extremely particular about their vocabulary, their phrasing, and it's all incorporated with how they treat their customers. And one example would be Disney. I had a buddy who worked for Disney in Orlando, and he was doing some kind of an internship, but they had a myriad of different rules. One of them is, and if you venture on to Disney, you'll probably see this, and you can probably look it up and find an even more extensive and inclusive list than what I'm about to go through. But one of the examples that I remember him mentioning was they can't point. They can't point directions. Where are the bathrooms? I can't say bathrooms are over there. They have to do this, the whole hand. And I know that's probably not as applicable when you've got a meal prep company, but the example, the tone, the idea, I think is what you're really gonna find the takeaways. So that's one example. It's just seen as being more polite or more gracious, or I don't know what exactly the reason is, but I do feel like this does look kind of nicer, and especially when you're considering that maybe not the person having the conversation with that employee, but maybe someone somewhere else in the park is seeing that conversation go down, not knowing what's going on, and they see like pointing versus like right this way kind of look. I don't know. It seems a little bit more grandiose and a little bit warmer, right? Another thing they're not allowed to do is wear sunglasses when they talk to somebody. If you walk up to a Disney employee and they're wearing sunglasses, which they're allowed to do, they take them off so they can make eye contact with you. And it's a subtle little thing, but it's about that politeness. It's about that hospitality, and those little things, that mindset really goes a long way. You also don't refer to the customers as customers. At Disney, they refer to them as guests. And that's just another little thing that all these things adding up just creates a different experience. A lot of you are probably familiar with AutoNation. It's a big brand in the US. They sell cars in, I think, just about every single state. And AutoNation has certain terminology as well. For instance, you wouldn't say this person's going to buy that car. They're going to purchase that car. And now they use this vocabulary consistently, and this is something that you want to really get ingrained with your team as well. You don't want to have one set of vocab that you use between employees and another set of vocab that you use when you're on the phone with somebody or when you're talking to a customer, because inevitably you're going to switch. So it's better to be consistent throughout the entire process. So at AutoNation, when they talk about buying a car, everybody uses the term purchase. I'm helping this customer make a purchase. This customer's coming back to make a purchase. This customer just made a purchase. Purchase, purchase, purchase. They don't say buy. Purchase just sounds like a warmer, more official word. Maybe it's the relationship of like syllables. I don't know. Maybe the more syllables you have in the word, the better. I don't know, but purchase does definitely seem a little bit more warm and less of a short transactional relationship. It seems more like a long-term kind of thing, more of a smart decision. Another great example, this is actually something I learned from a former business partner who used to sell cars, not through AutoNation. I don't know if AutoNation does this or not. They probably should. But you wouldn't say buy, spend, pay for. You'd say invest. How much money do you have to invest in a meal prep? How much money are you looking to invest in your meal plan weekly? Instead of how much money are you looking to spend? How much money are you looking, what price are you willing to pay for? Like those kind of things. It seems more like I'm losing something, right? I'm buying, I'm spending, I'm giving you something. Whereas investing, I'm investing in my health. I'm investing in the time-saving functionality of the meal prep company. So those are some directly, now we're getting more directly applicable to what you can be putting into your company. Another example, and you've probably picked up on this if you've been watching my videos for an extended period of time, is I try not to refer to, and sometimes when I'm speaking to you guys, I'll talk about customers or clients, but within the walls of Fit Food Fresh, there's no customers. There are no clients. We have members, we have eaters, but we don't have customers or clients. And one thing that I used to say is when we first started, we had this whole thing like the Fit Food Fresh family. You're in the Fit Food Fresh family. We don't have customers or clients because we're the Fit Food Fresh family. And here, you're a family member, right? You like that, right? Families don't have clients. Families don't have customers. Families have members. We're the Fit Food Fresh family. Welcome to the family. That kind of stuff. Make it seem warm. Now, you don't have to copy that verbatim. I like eaters. I think that's a little bit more cute. Members also comes with that kind of exclusivity kind of connotation. Like anybody can walk into a store and be a client. Anybody can walk into a store and be a customer. You're just spending money. But how do you become a member? That seems like there's something involved. Maybe I have to be approved for that. That seems a little bit more of a process. Like I want to be part of that membership. Perfect example. Remember, I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember members only jackets. Now I'm barely old enough to remember, but that was something that they were like really big in the 80s, I believe. And that was the brand name. Like instead of Tommy Hilfiger, it was members only. And that brand was huge through the 80s. I wonder if they're still around. I'm gonna have to look it up and maybe I'll help bring back members only jackets. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is a little bit more abstract. It's not just a specific example of what you say, but it's how you say it. I learned back when I was a firefighter, back in the fire academy, I learned a great term, and it is Irish diplomacy. Look up the definition for Irish diplomacy, in case you don't believe me, because I'm about to give it to you. Irish diplomacy is the ability to tell someone to go to hell and have them looking forward to the journey. Now, I'm Irish, so that always stuck with me because I thought that was great. Not to say that you're going to have to tell your members to go to hell, although there are certain instances where you may have to invite someone to take their loyalty elsewhere if you feel they're abusive of your policies, or if you just don't feel that your service is the right fit for their needs. Those are some nice ways to tell someone to go fly a kite. But how you say it, how you say what you say, and the perspective that you use is extremely important and extremely powerful. When given the option, always describe things as glass half full. For instance, instead of saying, I don't think you're going to like that meal, say, I think you'll enjoy this meal more. I've mentioned to you guys in other videos and in some of the consultations, I've given this bit of advice. In fact, just recently, there's certain items on the menu, just to give you some context, like a wrap, a salad, seafood, cruciferous vegetables. All these things aren't as good several days later. These things would all be best if you ate them the first day you got them delivered. Wraps become soggy, cruciferous vegetables off gas, salads wilt. Like a 7-day-old salad, it's going to get kind of wilty and soggy and not going to be very good. So instead of getting into the fact that these things aren't going to be very good in a few days, I don't mention that. Instead, I'll say something to the likes of, I recommend that you enjoy these meals the first day you receive them. And you notice how I switched out the word eat for enjoy? We know what's going on. There's only one thing that you should be doing with food. I don't know that whatever you do with food, that's in the privacy of your own home, that's whatever you want to do. But in this context, assuming you're going to be eating this burrito or eating this wrap or eating this salad, I suggest you enjoy this item on the first day you receive it so you can optimize your experience. Sounds a little bit better than if you wait 5 days, that salad's going to be soggy and nasty. Right? Now, in addition to the previous tips and suggestions that I gave you, I also suggest that you dust off the old thesaurus, either literally or proverbially, and just look at the words that you're using frequently and see what substitutions you can make just to further refine your brand's tone and to give a little bit of polish on the overall appearance, the aesthetics, the impression that you're giving and conveying to your customers, your members, your eaters. If you come up with some substitutions for some phrases or some words that you'd like to incorporate, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. Until my next episode, I will look forward to helping you grow as a business, as an entrepreneur, and as an individual.